All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're going to talk about a really powerful idea, a faith that doesn't just focus on the soul, but on the whole person. We're going to dig into the deep biblical roots of what it means to care for people physically and spiritually. Okay, let's get into it. So, to get us started, think about this for a second. The Old Testament has over 600 different laws. It's a lot. So when a legal expert challenged Jesus to kind of boil it all down, which laws did he say were the most important? His answer? Well, it changes everything. And that's our first big idea. You see, Jesus didn't pick some obscure rule. Nope. He just cut right through all that complexity and got straight to the heart of it all. He basically simplified hundreds of laws down to one single powerful concept: love. And he didn't even make it up. He quoted directly from the Old Testament. Love God with everything you've got, and love your neighbor as much as you love yourself. That's it. He said these two commands are the foundation that everything else is built on. And what's so cool is how perfectly this works. If you look at the 10 Commandments, these two ideas summarize the whole list. The first 4, they're all about how you relate to God. Love God. And the last 6, all about how you relate to other people. Love your neighbor. It just fits perfectly.
And it wasn't just Jesus. The Apostle Paul really doubled down on this in his letter to the Romans. His logic was pretty simple. If you genuinely love someone, you're not going to steal from them or hurt them, right? So love isn't just another rule. It's the thing that makes you follow all the other rules naturally. It's the goal.
Okay, so if love is the big why, then what's the what? I mean, what does this love actually look like in the real world? It's one thing to talk about it, but it's another thing to actually do it. So let's see where this takes us. Well, the logic is actually pretty straightforward. If we're told to love our neighbors as ourselves, then that love has to be for the whole person. I mean, you care about your own health, right? You care about having food and a safe place to sleep. So real love for your neighbor has to include caring for their physical needs, not just their spiritual ones. And this is where Jesus makes it so personal, it kind of takes your breath away. He says when we take care of the people society forgets, the vulnerable, the poor, the least of these, we are literally doing it for him. That just elevates these actions from simple charity into something, well, something sacred. And you know what? Jesus wasn't vague about it. He gave us a super practical checklist for what this love looks like. Feed people who are hungry. Give water to those who are thirsty. Welcome the outsider. These aren't abstract ideas. They are real, physical actions for real human needs. Okay, so we've got the why, it's love. We've got the what, it's caring for the whole person. But a great idea without a plan is just a dream. So now we need the how. And that brings us to Jesus' final command, which is basically the strategic plan for taking this love worldwide. This is the Great Commission. And just look at the action words here. Go, make disciples, baptize. And here's the kicker. Teach them to obey everything I've commanded. See, it's not just about getting people to agree with an idea. It's about training them to live it out. And let's be really clear here. This isn't presented as a friendly suggestion. This is the main mission, the primary objective. And yeah, it's a huge, intimidating task, but it comes with an incredible promise that Jesus, who has all authority, will be with his followers every step of the way. But still, you gotta wonder, how can a small group of people possibly accomplish a global mission? That's where the strategy gets really smart. There's an engine built into it, our principle of multiplication, designed to turn a small start into a massive movement. Check out how the Apostle Paul explains this to his apprentice Timothy. He says, the things you've learned from me, don't just keep them to yourself, find reliable people and entrust it to them so that they can go and teach others too. The goal isn't just making followers, it's about making leaders who make more leaders. This kicks off this incredible chain reaction. It starts with one person training a few good people. Then those people get good enough to teach, so they go and train more people. And that group trains another group. And before you know it, what started with just one person can actually transform an entire community. All right, let's put all the pieces together now. We've got the law of love, caring for the whole person, the command to go and teach, and this powerful idea of multiplication. So where do we see this all in action? Well, the ultimate example is Jesus himself. I mean, just look at how Jesus actually spent his time. His ministry was never just one thing. The Bible says he was always doing 3 things: teaching people, preaching the good news, and healing their physical sicknesses. He was always meeting both spiritual and physical needs at the same time. So what do you call it when you try to do this today?
Well, there's a modern strategy that tries to copy this exact pattern. It's called CHE, which stands for Community Health Evangelism. And the name says it all. It's about integrating community health, which is caring for physical needs, right alongside evangelism and discipleship, which is caring for spiritual needs.
So the end game here isn't just about giving handouts or a one-time fix. The ultimate goal is to start a cycle. It's about developing followers who can serve other people in a holistic way, body and soul, and crucially, who can then train the next generation to do the very same thing. And that all leaves us with one last, really big question to chew on. Are we building a ministry? A program that helps a set number of people? Or are we building a movement, something that multiplies on its own and has the power to transform whole communities from the inside out? That's the real challenge this biblical model puts in front of us.